Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be talking about the genocide in Sudan, and more specifically Darfur as a region in Sudan. Sudan is the largest country in Africa, and the conflict here is between non-Arabs and Arabs. So pretty much what we have going on is a civil war in Sudan, which has been happening since 2003 and still currently sort of happening, but the big end to it happened in 2010. So what it is the non-Arabs and the Arabs. The Arabs, or the rebels, the non-Arabs were accused by the government from the Arabs that they were practicing rebellious actions. So they said they were going to rebel against the government. And the government then teams up with the Arabs to go after the non-Arabs who were accused of being rebellious. And this is just kind of a difference in ethnicity and religion and power. That's what they want. Non-Arabs and Arabs, they want power. So the government starts teaming up with the militias of the Arabs, and they start fighting the non-Arabs, and as one would imagine, they start conquering and killing a lot of non-Arabs because it's the government and another big region, or a big group of people all fighting the non-Arabs. So there's a lot of conflict there. The Arabs were in fear of the non-Arabs, which that's what they said. It was just an excuse, though. The Arabs are like, oh, I'm afraid the non-Arabs are coming, they're going to rebel. That was never the case. They didn't have a chance to take over. So that's when the government got on and started helping them, but it was just an excuse. They just keep conquering land. That's all they want. The Arabs want to keep conquering and growing into Sudan and Darfur in the region there. They just want to keep taking over. They get greedy. That's what they want. They want to take over which was theirs because it's the Arabs and there's non-Arabs there, and that they believe that's their place to be in the first place. Ethnic cleansing. I feel like this would be appropriate to categorize as ethnic cleansing. They're wiping out an area, trying to get rid of a specific group. That's what I feel it means, is they are wiping out all of the non-Arabs, and they're cleansing it of their ethnicity, so to speak. So I do believe that it is appropriate to call this ethnic cleansing. The violence is aimed at the non-Arabs, to get rid of them. They killed them, they tortured them, they raped them, they displaced them, they moved them out, they ruined their entire culture in that region. So I feel all the violence is towards them in this ethnic cleansing, towards the non-Arabs, to move them out. How long was this? I said earlier it was from 2003 to about 2010 is when they really cracked down on it and when they got the aid they needed. But it's still kind of going on today. There was 300,000 killed in this genocide. 2.5 were displaced in camps. They were taken from where they once lived and moved them into another region, and you can imagine what those refugee camps were like and how they housed them and treated them there. Some of the crimes they committed were rape, torture, killing them, extracting them, all of the above. Terrible, terrible, terrible crimes. And to think that these people live in the same country makes it even worse. Some of the countries, they were Sudan. They fled. Millions of them fled. So that was an impact that had happened. All these non-Arabs just flooded out of Sudan to the neighboring countries, one of the main countries being Chad. The Western Republic of Dominican was there too. But Chad was a big one, and as you can imagine, Chad is like overwhelmed and like, yeah, I kind of want to help, but there's millions of you people coming into our country, and you know, taking up space, maybe living on the streets, not paying taxes, but living there. And likewise, that's what they should have done. They get out of there. So nobody can be mad at them for it, but that's just something that's what the chain reaction to all these people being in complete terror from Sudan's government and the Arabs. Let's see, what kind of government policies or strategies or safety net do they have? One of them being the United Nations. They deployed troops to help with the genocide. African unions, Red Cross unions, helping people going into Chad, going into the neighboring countries where all these immigrants are at, and helping them, giving them food, water, care, whatever they need, place to sleep maybe. That's just what the safety net is here, what they're helping. So some of the key takeaways from this genocide that I personally had, I think that this was just extreme, super extreme. That is a key piece that this whole genocide was about. Most of them are, but this one was extreme. From your own people living in the country with you to team up on you, start taking your land, start taking your family, taking your houses, taking your food, taking your life. They're taking everything away from them. Their entire culture, everything is gone. That is what it is, extreme. Raping them, killing them, torturing them, extracting them. Another significant thing about it, another significant thing about it was how the government, or how the world responded, how other governments responded. It's kind of cool to see them with the Red Cross, the United Nations going in there fighting, sending troops, Red Cross giving what they can in these neighboring countries and just doing their part. So I thought that was pretty significant for others to step in and just to help these people out, get them out of the constant state of fear that they're always in. So that is the genocide in Sudan. Thanks.